Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining the State Allocation Board meeting. The meeting is called to order pursuant to Assembly Bill 361, and the meeting is being conducted by way of the Zoom teleconference and is also being broadcast in room 6300 at 707 3rd Street in West Sacramento for anyone that would like to provide public comment in person. In order for this meeting to run efficiently, please note the following guidelines. All attendees will be muted during the meeting. If a member of the public would like to make a comment, please use the raise hand feature in the Zoom meeting interface, and I will call on you at the appropriate time, and OPSE staff will request to unmute you. If you are calling into the meeting and not using a computer or the Zoom interface, unfortunately, you will not be able to provide public comment. And we will now call the roll to establish a quorum. Ms. Jones.
Great, thank you. Senator Wilk, Senator Leyva, Senator Laird.
Here.
Assemblymember O'Donnell, Assemblymember Burke, Assemblymember Mays, Juan Morales.
Here.
Jeremy Smith.
Here.
Ana Lasso.
Here.
Gail Miller.
Here. And Senator Leyva in the chat put that she's here, and it looks like Mr. Mays is here and Mr. O'Donnell.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to note the presence of a quorum, and we will move to the minutes for the December 7th meeting. Are there any public comments? Seeing none, may we have a motion to approve the minutes, please? I'll move to approve the minutes of the December 7th meeting. Is there a second?
Second.
Thank you very much. The second by Mr. Morales. Ms. Jones, will you call the roll on those minutes, please?
Yes, I will. Senator Leyva.
Aye.
Senator Laird.
Aye.
Assemblymember O'Donnell. Assemblymember Mays.
Aye.
Juan Morales.
Aye.
Jeremy Smith.
Aye.
Ana Lasso.
Aye.
Gail Miller.
Aye. The minutes are adopted, but we'll keep it open until Mr. O'Donnell can join. He's having some technical difficulties. And here is Senator Wilk. Nice to see you, Senator. Thanks.
Actually, I've been on, and I'm an aye for the minutes.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank
I
you.
appreciate that. Mr. O'Donnell, if you can, oh, it looks like Mr. O'Donnell hopped off due to technical difficulties. Okay, we'll move now to the executive officer statement, please, Ms. Silverman.
Yes, we have a Happy New Year, everyone. Just want to say Happy New Year. It's still January, right? We want to share some updates that we've been busy over the last month and a half, and just wanted to provide an update related to the recent priority funding filing round that closed on December 9th. There's almost $672 million in projects that submitted a certification. That certification, again, is really important. And the projects that submit a certification will be eligible for either the general fund proceeds that we're going to take action on today or bond sales for the spring. So again, that's great news for the program. 251 projects did submit for that certification round. And then the second update I wanted to provide was the we'll be highlighted in the action item, the priority funding apportionments. And again, this is great news. First time in the program that we have general fund money to disperse. So $252.1 million will go out today for 100 projects. So we're excited about that opportunity, and those deadlines related to those projects and coming in for that general fund cash is April 26, 2022. Sorry. So we're excited about that opportunity today. And then we had a stakeholder meeting for the facility inspection tool. That was the second meeting that was held, and that was on January 20th, last Thursday. So we look forward to having more dialogue, and we're getting a lot of great feedback from the community. So we'll have a third meeting on March 3rd from 4 to 6. So that's great news. I'm looking forward for more valuable input. And we have a state agency workshop. We want to provide an update. We're collaborating with our colleagues at CDE, Department of Education, and Division of State Architect. And this is a great turnout right now. It's February 3rd. It's scheduled from 10 a.m. to noon. And we actually have exceeded 1,000 participants so far. So we're excited about that opportunity, and we're going to find ways that we can provide more opportunities and hosting more folks to participate in this venue. So looking forward for more collaborative events. And the great thing about it, it's free. So, and if you're unable to attend, don't worry. We'll have it posted on our YouTube page. And likewise, we'll have some more announcements to come, but we're excited about collaborating with our colleagues. And we'll be actually talking about the new program, the Extended Full Day Kinder program as well. And we wanted just to summarize our updates on the training that we kicked off last year in 2021 and the workshops that we hosted. We had 15 workshops. And we had over nearly 1,100 external participants. So that was great news. We had good feedback and participation. So again, it walked you through from the program, just a basic understanding about the program we provide and online products. So again, it was a great opportunity to have some stakeholder input and education forums as we are in this virtual training world right now. And we also had over 1,400 hits on our YouTube training. So again, this is a popular venue that we want to continue this education and outreach in the future. So looking forward to having some more robust virtual conversations. And then just to highlight, our next board meeting is February 23rd at 4 o'clock.
Thank you so much, Ms. Silverman, and amazing work as always. It's incredible to see how quickly you guys hit the ground running and implement everything. And I do think that all of you help support the general fund that will really go to help so many schools this year. And we're really grateful for that too. So just a reminder to please get out the word about the deadlines to all of your constituents and your districts, and make sure that they go on the website for all of the trainings. So any other questions or comments for Ms. Silverman? Nope. Any public comment? Ms. Jones, is it okay? It looks like we have a couple members that we can add on for the minutes. I thought I saw Mr.
I think
O'Donnell.
he fell off.
Oh, he
Assembly
fell off.
Member
Oh,
O'Donnell.
okay. Well, maybe we'll just open it all at the end.
Okay.
Okay. Why don't we move on to the consent agenda then?
The consent agenda is ready for your approval.
Great. Any questions or comments? Seeing none, do we have a motion, please?
I move the consent agenda.
Thank you, Senator.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Burke. May we call the roll, please?
Yes. Senator Wilk,
Aye.
Senator Leyva, Senator Laird,
Aye.
Assembly Member O'Donnell, Assembly Member Burke,
Aye.
Assembly Member Mays,
Aye.
Juan Morales,
Aye.
Jeremy Smith,
Aye.
Ana Lasso,
Aye.
Gail Miller.
Aye. We will, oh,
Leyva, aye.
thank you,
Thank you.
Senator.
Sorry.
No worries.
And
So
was that Assembly Member Burke's dog that voted?
I thought it was your dog, Senator. It shows you what I know. We'll go ahead and leave the roll open. Hopefully, Mr. O'Donnell, can you hear us now?
I can hear you. Aye.
Great, thank you very much.
And for the minutes,
Mr. O'Donnell, do you want to vote on the minutes as well?
Aye.
Great, thank you. Ms.
thank
Burke, do
you.
you want to vote on the minutes, Ms. Burke?
Aye, thank you.
Great, so the minutes
Great.
are adopted, as is the consent calendar. We'll now move to the financial reports.
So on page 62, we just wanted to highlight in December, since we did have an active apportionment over the fall, which represents the fall bond sales, we had nearly $187 million that were released in December. So that's great news. Folks are accessing the program cash. So we wanted to highlight that. And as far as the items in the status of funds on page 64 and 65, as soon as we take action on the priority of funding, that will be noted that $252 million will be part of that action item, and it's posted. It will post officially on status of funds. There was a few closeouts and adjustments to a full day kinder project, and that's about it. That's all we have today.
Great, thank you. Any questions on the financial reports? Seeing none, any public comment? No. Okay, then we will move to the exciting priority funding for the school construction apportionments. Ms. Silverman again, thank you.
Yeah, so we're excited again to provide an overview just of the general fund money that we're going to introduce in today's action. So again, just to highlight $252.1 million, and that represents 100 projects. And these folks did submit a valid certification, did the last party funding round, so that's great news. And again, we just wanted to highlight, again, this is the first time in the program that we actually have general fund money to disperse. So it's great news. And it just speaks to that. We had a deadline to actually push this money out by the end of June 30th of 2022. And the board is going to take action right now to introduce and approve these projects. And we wanted just to highlight for these folks that are receiving the apportionments that they have a deadline of April 26th of 2022. And again, it's important to submit your documents timely. We want to make sure that everyone accesses the program cash. So submit your fund release, your grant agreements, and any other additional documentation so that you can access your program cash. And so at this point in time, we're asking the board to approve the apportionments for the projects on attachment B in the amount of $252.1 million. And that represents the 100 projects. And declare that all project applications receiving apportionments are subject to the new construction grant adjustments pursuant to Education Code 17072.11, Section B, and are not considered full and final until the board has made that adjustment. And to that extent, we're asking the board for approval.
Great, thank you very much. Any questions on that or the specifics of the motion? That's the two-part motion.
So moved.
Thank you, Senator. Do we have a second?
Second.
Yeah, thank you. I hope that all of the senators and assembly members are really taking a moment to celebrate this because it is, I think, really exciting.
It's very.
And you know what? In 2022, we got to take the celebrations where we can, I think. I don't know, maybe that's just me.
No, it's not just you.
Oh
This
my
is
gosh.
really exciting stuff.
Thank you. Okay, with that, moved by Senator Leyva, seconded by Senator Laird. Ms. Jones, will you call the roll?
Senator Wilk,
Aye.
Senator Leyva,
Aye.
Senator Laird,
Aye.
Assemblymember O'Donnell,
Aye.
Assemblymember Burke,
Aye.
Assemblymember Mays,
Aye.
Juan Morales,
Aye.
Jeremy Smith,
Aye.
Anna Lasso,
Aye.
Gail Miller.
Aye. The apportionments are adopted. Thank you very much. So the next two items, unfortunately, both the annual adjustment to the school facility grants and the index adjustment on the assessment for development are being withdrawn from this month's agenda and will be postponed to a future meeting because we were waiting for the data and because we were trying to make sure we had the most recent data, because obviously these adjustments actually influence all of the funding to schools. We couldn't get them in time for this meeting. Our vendor tried their best to get it to us and it didn't work. So I sincerely apologize, but it does, just given the fluctuations of the markets last year and construction costs, we thought it made more sense to get as much data as we could. So I apologize for pulling it at the last minute. We thought maybe we would get it. So any questions on that, Ms. Kampminer? Anything you wanted to add?
No, I think you covered it. Yeah, we are hopeful that we will be getting that very soon. So we do plan to have this available for the February meeting for sure.
Great. Thank you very much. And apologies again. And we will post that as soon as it's available. The next item is the new charter school facilities program filing round. Ms. Kampminer.
Well, thank you. Good afternoon. So on page 232 of the agenda tonight, we have a request for the board to establish a new filing round for the Charter School Facilities Program. And what this item would do is establish a filing round between May 2nd of this year, and it would close on June 3rd of this year. And it would enable us to allocate about $95 million in the Charter School Facilities Program bond authority that we have available as of today. So this is a result of loan payments that have come back to the program, bond authority from projects that did not use all of their originally reserved amount, and then some from projects that have not moved forward. So we now have a sufficient balance to make it a good time to authorize a new filing round. So that's the purpose of this item. We do expect that we'll have a little additional funding coming in over the next couple of months. There's some projects that have some deadlines coming up that have indicated that they might be returning some of the funding. So by the time the filing round is open, we should have some additional bond authority that would be available. And if the board does approve the filing round, we also would ask that the projects that do not receive funding, that we hold on to that list for a period of 12 months after this round of preliminary apportionments is awarded. And what that would allow is, if in that 12-month period after the initial awards are made, if we receive additional bond authority coming back into the program, we would be able to keep going down the list of projects and award maybe another project or two with the residual funding without having to do another filing round. So if the board is supportive, we would ask that the board adopt the recommendations on page 234 of the agenda to establish the filing round and declare that we would keep those applications for 12 months past.
Great, thank you very much. Any questions on the charter school facility program filing round? Thank you for all of your work on this, and to our colleagues at the California School Facilities Association at the Treasurer's Office too. Seeing none. Any public comment? Nope. May we have a motion to approve this item, please?
So moved.
Thank you, Senator.
Second.
Thank you, Ms. Burke. Ms. Jones, will you call the roll, please?
Yes, I will. Senators Wilk,
Aye.
Senator Leyva,
Aye.
Senator Laird,
Aye.
Assemblymember O'Donnell,
Aye.
Assemblymember Burke,
Aye.
Assemblymember Mays,
Aye.
Juan Morales,
Aye.
Jeremy Smith,
Aye.
Ana Lasso,
Aye.
Gail Miller.
Aye. The charter school facilities program filing round is approved. Next, we will move on to the California State Preschool, Transitional Kindergarten, and Full Day Kindergarten Facilities Grant Program for the regulatory amendments. Ms. Kampminer?
Thank you. Yes, on page 241 of the agenda, we have this item, and we are proposing regulations for the board's consideration. So this program was originally the Full Day Kindergarten Facilities Grant Program. So those are the regulations that are proposed for amendment. And in 2021, there was an additional $490 million allocated for the program. The program was also expanded so that it now includes not just full day kindergarten, but also transitional kindergarten and California state preschool programs as well. So the purpose of the program has changed. The regulations that are before you, we have gone through the stakeholder input process back in the fall, and we wanted to definitely say thank you to all of our stakeholders who participated and gave us valuable input on how to include these new components of the program within the regulations. And we were actually able to incorporate the majority of the stakeholder suggestions into the version that you have before you for consideration today. And the bulk of the changes is related to just including those new elements for the TK and the preschool programs. I did want to highlight just a few things. So by approving these regulations, the board would also be approving the next two filing rounds for the program. The first round for this new funding would begin on April 1st, 2022 and close on April 30th, 2022. And it would set the amount for that filing round at $225 million. And then the second round would be for the balance of the funds, and it would open a year later on April 1st, 2023 and close on April 30th, 2023. And the purpose of doing this is to make sure that we can capture the districts that are ready to go right now and have an idea of what this program could do for their facilities needs. But we also wanted to ensure that there was an opportunity for districts that are still contemplating how to incorporate these additional classrooms into their overall sites and districts. And these funds are prioritized for our districts that meet our financial hardship criteria or demonstrate a high percentage of need through their free and reduced price meals percentages. So these are aimed at districts that might not otherwise be necessarily doing facilities projects. So we wanted to allow some time for people to think through the project and still have an opportunity to apply if they needed more than a few weeks or months to put this together. So that's the purpose of the two filing rounds. This was how we addressed it with the first $100 million that was provided for the full day kinder program originally, and that went well. So we would suggest a similar model for this funding also. We do also believe that with the April 1st, 2022 timing of the filing round, that we will be able to have our applicants submit their applications through OPSC online. So it will be a paperless process, which is very exciting to get another program incorporated into that process, and makes things so much easier. And we can get the initial application very easily, and then any back and forth that needs to occur for the application itself can be done virtually and during conversations with OPSC staff. So once that's available, we definitely encourage everybody to try through that method. And then I did also want to point out that the regulations specify that the free and reduced price meal percentage that applicants in the 2022 round use for their applications can be a choice. So we understand that things have been fluctuating for school districts, especially with the changes in free and reduced price meals and universal free and reduced lunch in California. So applicants will be able to choose to use either their percentage from 1920, 2021, or the 21-22 school year, whatever they feel is most representative of their needs and their population. So that is written into the regulations to account for what's currently going on with school districts right now. We'll note that the 2023 round, it goes back to using the 22-23 information at that point in time. And then one other thing to highlight for those that are building classrooms under this program, specifically aimed at the preschool, because for TK and kinder, you're doing this anyhow, but all classrooms do need to be built to meet Title V requirements. And the size of the biggest thing here is probably the size of the classroom. So whether it's a kinder, TK, or preschool classroom, if it's a new build, it needs to meet the square footage area of 1,350 square feet, including the restrooms, wet and dry areas, teacher prep. If it is a retrofit of an existing classroom, there may be an opportunity for CDE to review and approve a slightly smaller area, but it will need to be at least 1,250 square feet. So 1,350 for new construction, 1,250 if we're doing retrofit. And then also did want to highlight that for school districts that are submitting applications for preschool programs, if there is not already an approved preschool program, that is something where at the conclusion of the project, when you're going through the audit process, you will need to demonstrate that you have been authorized to operate a preschool program. So that is documentation that the local auditor will be requesting. And with that, I think that covers the big highlights and regulations, and I'd be happy to answer any questions.
Great. Thank you so much, Ms. Kampminer, for that thorough explanation. Any questions from the board? Any public comment?
I have a question.
Yes, Ms. Lasso, please.
It's more of a just clarification. Ms. Kampminer, for the kinder and preschool programs, the square footage you shared is for indoor classroom space, but these spaces also come with dedicated outdoor space, correct?
Yes, there are requirements for the outdoor space. There are going to be specific requirements for many things, actually. So there's going to be things that school districts need to look at when they are constructing the classrooms, looking at all of Title V. And then for some of our preschools also, especially those that are doing the license process for their preschool program, there is a different formula for looking at specifically what that outdoor space would be. So districts do need to adhere to all of those components, drawing attention to the square footage requirement because it's the one that we got a lot of questions on during our stakeholder process. But yes, there will be other things that districts do need to look at, including different play areas, location of bathrooms. And we also do plan to have some trainings on this program as well. So we will be doing outreach for school districts and educational opportunities and some FAQ pages. And we will definitely be addressing and highlighting some of the resources that districts can use to look into what is required when they are building for this program.
Thank you for highlighting that.
Thank you. And thank you for getting all of the feedback from all of the many stakeholder meetings in. That's amazing. Alrighty, with that, any other questions, Ms. Lasso? Oh, great, thank you. I will move adoption of the regulations and the amendments, as well as authorizing the executive officer to file the regulations. Do we have a second?
Second.
Great, thank you, Senator Laird. Ms. Jones, do you take the roll?
I will. Senator Wilk,
Aye.
Senator Leyva,
Aye.
Senator Laird,
Aye.
Assemblymember O'Donnell,
Aye.
Assemblymember Burke,
Aye.
Assemblymember Mays,
Aye.
Juan Morales,
Aye.
Jeremy Smith,
Aye.
Anna Lasso,
Aye.
Gail Miller.
Aye, the amendments to the regulations are adopted. Thank you very much. The next item, Ms. Silverman, is just the local audits update for the 2021 calendar year, which are in our binders, pages 318 to 328. And we just want to acknowledge receipt of those. Anything else on that, Ms. Silverman?
Yeah, just to highlight that it's working, by the way. The process is working, and the statute came into place 41024 that required local audits to be performed on our program grants. And so just to highlight that, the audits that the controllers have reviewed in the certification process, 107 have been approved. There's a few of them that are outliers that the controller's office is still working with the local auditors and the school districts. So in total, there's about nearly $800 million in program grant funds, both state and local contributions, just to highlight the magnitude of those audits. And to that extent, there's only been 3 findings. So, and the relatively dollar amount, $16,000 that are been identified as ineligible, which is just, it just speaks to the testament that folks are doing things a great job at their audits and following the program rules. The grant agreements have been an effective tool. Outreach, not only the outreach we provided last year was the first kickoff on the program oversight audit review, but we have been also providing guidance with school districts and updating our FAQs when it comes to the ineligible expenditure. So again, just to highlight, this is a successful process, and we should be applauding our constituents and our colleagues for getting an A in some of their audit requests. So just want to highlight that.
Yay, that's also really good news. Thank you for that. Senator Leyva, do you have any questions on that? No, okay. Any other questions, public comments? Any of the districts want to acknowledge how hard they worked and what a great job they did? No, okay. So we are acknowledging the report, but it's not an action item. And our final item of the day is back to the executive officer for our workload.
Yeah, just to highlight our 90-day workload. I'm not sure if we have any questions related to that.
Any questions on what's coming up?
Yeah.
Seeing none. Looks like there's one public comment. I'm so sorry, Miss Gossine from Scotia Union School District. If you want to go ahead, and I will ask you to unmute if you want to go ahead. You're welcome
Hi
to
there.
speak.
Yes, I missed the public comment a moment ago. My name is Amy Goshen. I'm superintendent principal at Scotia Union School District. We're a small district up in Northern California in Humboldt County. And I just wanted to thank you for what you are doing for schools. We have been without a gymnasium for 10 years. In 2018, Barbara Kampminer came up to our school with Brian Lepask and met with us and our school board, and we came up with a new plan. And since then, we've been working with the team from OPSC. I can't say enough about the team. We've met a lot of you on the screen right now, have been in those meetings. Brian Lepask set up bi-weekly meetings with the district for the past couple of years in order to help us through the process. Sylvana Krasik has been, sorry if I butchered your name, has been extremely helpful. And we now have broken ground, and we are getting our final, you approved our allocation for the building, and we are going to have a new state-of-the-art gymnasium for our community, for our students. We've been without one for 10 years. We've been working on this. And so I can't say enough about you all and the Office of Public School Construction, and I'm going to get emotional, so I will end it with that. But I just wanted to thank you and thank everyone for their hard work, and it is so appreciated. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Superintendent. I'm sorry, tell me one more time, Goshen?
Goshen, thank you.
I apologize for that, Goshen. It's just such lovely words, and I couldn't agree more. And it's really wonderful to get such positive feedback. And
thank you.
Ms. Kampminer, one day you'll have to count all the miles across the state you've traveled just to make sure that folks really get these really deep needs fulfilled. Thank you for that.
We are very excited that the district has broken ground. It was shared amongst the OPSC staff, and we were all celebrating right along with the district when this happened. So that was very good news.
That's
Thank you so much.
fantastic.
I believe Juan Morales may have touched this project at one point in time. So
Oh, is that right? Did you start?
Yes.
Many moons ago. Very excited for the district. Congratulations. Yes.
Thank you.
Oh,
Thank you.
nice. That's fantastic. Well, whole family. Any other comments, questions, public comment? Anyone else wishing to comment for any reason? To raise your Zoom hand, please. Oh, thank you, Mr. Lepask, for your comment. Wonderful people and school district. That's very sweet. Okay, well, we can come back with good news any day. Thank you, everyone. The meeting, Ms. Jones, can I just make sure you don't need anyone else for any of the roll calls? Did we get everyone
We are
in
all
for the
all
beginning?
current and caught up.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, everyone. Really appreciate your time this afternoon. Take care. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.
Happy New
Bye.
Year.
Happy
Happy
New
New
Year.
Year.